Secretary of State Blinken warns China against, are you reading this? If you're listening, get ready. Secretary of State Blinken warns China against an armed attack on the Philippines. I sent this to Doc, and I said, Doc, you picked a fine time to go to the Philippines. The Secretary of State had to go there and make a statement to China and say, if you attack the Philippines, the United States will defend the Philippines. So I hope Doc and Mia get home before this war breaks out. Do you see how hot things are right now? China and the Philippines have been going at it. China's been ramming Filipino military vessels in the sea. They're fighting over islands. The report from the New York Times says Secretary of State Antony Blinken warned China that an armed attack against the Philippine vessels in the South China Sea would trigger a mutual self-defense pact between Washington and Manila, a reflection of rising tensions in the region that risk dragging the United States into armed conflict with Beijing. New York Times says, but in a sign that the United States hopes to de-escalate the situation, Mr. Blinken, on a visit to Manila, gave no indication that recent Chinese provocations, which include ramming Philippine vessels and blasting them with water cannons, crossed the threshold of armed attacks. He said, quote, the very visibility of those actions, I think, has provoked from a number of other countries clear statements in support of the Philippines and against those provocative actions that are a threat to peace, security, freedom of navigation, and basic rights under international law, said Secretary Blinken. Now, we got a video, I got a short clip of Secretary Blinken in Manila talking about the rising tensions and the fact that the U.S. would come to the aid of the Philippines if attacked by China. Let's watch.
These waterways are critical to the Philippines, to its security, to its economy, but they're also critical to the interests of the region, the United States, and the world. That's why we stand with the Philippines and stand by our ironclad defense commitments, including under the Mutual Defense Treaty. Article 4 extends to armed attacks on the Filipino armed forces, public vessels, aircraft, including those of its Coast Guard, anywhere in the South China Sea.